anything specific to go over, so I'll just leave it up to the ADs, and you can update us maybe where we're at.
Well, I was going to update you on our coaching staff. We've added a new volleyball coach and a new girls basketball coach. Ashton Hippensteel is our new women's volleyball coach. He is going to actually replace Heather. Heather was, we haven't met in so long, but Heather was our new coach, which I know you've met Heather, but she lost her job with Ballard, and now she's moved to Sullivan County, so her schedule just did not work out. So I kind of went to Dobbins Bennett. I believe they had 6 people in the running, so I just kind of stuck my nose in there to see if anybody would possibly come over to Crockett, because I know they had a good amount of good candidates. So I ran into Ashton, and he was the volleyball coach at Tustin College, the women's volleyball coach for 4 years as assistant, and then he coached the men's volleyball team, and he was a finalist, like I said, for the Dobbins Bennett job, and you know, we hit it off pretty good. He's been working with the girls, and he is a game changer. He definitely will be. He's a winner, and he has what it takes to get them over the top. I truly believe that. Moving on, at the girls basketball position, we hired Thomas Googe. He's coming. He's a Boone guy. He's coming from Happy Valley. He's had a tremendous amount of success at the middle school level with Sulphur Springs. He went on to to do some special things in the state championship games there, and then he went up to Happy Valley to be a head coach for the girls. Has a phenomenal resume, and he was the right person for the job. He's coming in and running. He's going to do a tremendous job. I think I have 28 girls right now, so we're growing. As we know, the sports is kind of in limbo right now, and I guess Danny and I can elaborate a little bit more with y'all's questions, but you know, we're in our current phases of work, and you know, as far as football goes, we're still in no contact. It's very limited, and you know, it's very difficult. I know they're wanting to get out there and run, and some of the stuff I don't understand, but that's just what we have to go with. That's what was brought down by the TWSA and the governor. You know, volleyball, they're in full 100% mode, and you know, football's more of a social distancing, and it's very difficult to run plays, and so. But that's the hand we're dealt, and that's what we're going to go with. Across the country, that's a non-contact sport. Golf's doing fine. But these contact sports, we're going to have to wait and see. It's going to be very sticky. From what I'm seeing from the governor today, we're extended out to August 29th of no contact. So, and Keith Turner today actually spoke with Bernard Childress, and he informed us that they would have a plan later on this week of how we'd approach it.
Tomorrow, I think.
Tomorrow.
Mr. Chairman. Back to the end, and they're supposed to have a plan,
Yeah.
they're supposed to have a plan.
According to them, they said we're not going to get too far ahead of the governor. I said, well,
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I just had a question. If they're planning on school starting on time, why are they holding back sports? I mean, does anybody know, Dr. Flannery, have they given any
Doesn't
insight?
make a bit of sense in the world to me.
that's why I was saying we don't really understand, collegiate and professional level, they're moving along. Basketball, it's a contact sport. Soccer is a contact. You know, when they first initiated this, they were going to relieve basketball, let them be a full go, but why wouldn't you let football? We didn't understand, because the basketball player is going to be rubbing all over, each other, but a football player is in full pads handing off football. So we didn't really understand that, that moving forward, but it is what it is, and that's the direction we have to follow. And as soon as we get updates, Dr. Flannery's always on top of it to pass it along, but that's kind of we're in stymied mode right now still.
Danny?
Yeah, I could add, just kind of let you know where we're at right now, what we, as far as participation is going on. I mean, up until the break last week, footballs, we got 76 kids right now participating, which is the highest number we've had in my 11 years doing this. So we've got a lot of kids that played baseball, didn't get a chance to play this spring. I think they kind of maybe opened their eyes up that they could be taken away at any time. So if they're even thinking a little bit about playing, we've encouraged them to come out. So that's a good thing. Monday through Friday, all of our upperclassmen have been going each day. We've been having our incoming freshmen come in on Tuesdays and Thursdays only. There's 21 or 22 of those kids, I'm not sure exactly how many. Cheer's been going 2 days a week. We've had tryouts, everything went fairly smooth there. Volleyball's been going 4 days a week. Cross country, of course, is non-contact 5 days. We've got a dance team now. They're going a couple days a week. Basketball, girls and boys both have been going 3 days a week. It's kind of been a scheduling nightmare, but we've been able to get it done. And, of course, golf is on the course itself. We've got a new golf coach, Ben Carter, which I'm sure most of you know Ben. He's been in this system for a long time. And Scott Martin retired, teaching coach. So, middle school will start up next week. As far as athletics are concerned, I'm not sure exactly what everybody's doing, but on the north side of the county, football's going to be getting together 3 days or 3 evenings a week, starting Monday. Soccer is not going to start till school starts. I'm not positive, to be honest with you, about volleyball and cheer, where they're at this point per school. Brandon may be able to enlighten the sun on what may be going on in Jonesboro.
Well, we need a
So that
volleyball
took his-
coach right
That took
now.
his coach away from him to the high school, so.
So
You know one.
So,
Take
you
it
know,
out.
David, to answer your question, we're, it's, yeah.
Doesn't make sense, really. I
It
mean, and I know it's not
doesn't.
on you guys, but it
Yeah.
just,
Moving target, we've been, Josh and I have talked, and I've sat with Tim and talked, and, what we have to, if we open up, if we do get to participate, what we have to have at the gate each game to pay the bill, we've got it down to that part, in case it does say that you can't have X number come to each event. I can tell you how much it costs to run a volleyball game, or a football game, varsity or JV, either one, if you have questions.
In my opinion, the best case scenario, as far as from a financial standpoint, would be to move football to the spring. And then allow this virus to, allow a vaccine to maybe be heard. But that would be, from a financial standpoint, allow us to,
Can you, we could make it 1 year financially, we could make it this next coming school year without a football season, but after that, there's enough put back to make it a year, especially what savings, whatever you wanna call it, but after that. And the state, TWSAA, I don't think they could survive without the football.
These colleges couldn't survive.
that's why they're making cuts right now.
That's why you see some schools that cut some programs.
They will, yeah, you're right, it will impact.
Brandon, do you have anything middle school wise you want to discuss, or?
Coach Edens will start football back up after Dead Week at Grandview. Lamar's using our gymnasium for volleyball, cheer tryouts. They'll start in July for both Lamar and Jonesboro. We've been holding basketball practices in our gym as well we're trying to get as many kids doing something as possible.
And I will just say, is our coaches have done we have put a lot on them, and they have done a tremendous job, because these temperature checks, making sure stuff is monitored, the social distancing, they stepped up and made this happen.
And we've been being watched,
Oh, buddy.
by the general.
But they have taken
Lamar,
this
you-
very
yeah,
seriously,
bad.
and we just want to go on the record for saying they've done a tremendous job.
Can I ask a question about
Sure.
I guess it's more of a facilities question, but I'll ask it now. Do we, on that, Dr. Flannery, on that, I meant to ask you about that a couple weeks ago whenever we got that email. The people we paid all that money to take care of the bat problem, are they down there working, trying to take care of it again?
No, those were roofing people, and they got the roof done. What we're bringing in now are professional bat, you can't call them an exterminator. They are a bat excluding service. And what they do, they will literally go down and spend the night at Lamar, on somebody, and they have to watch bat activity. If they have evidence that the bats have had offspring, they're called pups, then you can't touch them until the second week of August. And then when they know how they're getting in and out, then you can they can take steps to exclude them. But you can't kill them, and you can't do anything about the infestation until after those little bats leave the building.
So,
So no, last year's outfit, that's roofing company. They've done their work. They put in new sockets, sealed it up, still somewhere else you do. Completely new outfit.
I didn't know they were back.
Yeah, been last week's.
So are we in, just to, out of curiosity, are we in the season where they are giving birth? Are we in that time of year for them?
They're active
They're active
and-
now?
I don't know much about bats. I'm just telling you what these guys tell me, that this is their active breeding and offspring season, and you can't touch it.
So when we open up school, those gyms gonna be
Gym will
closed?
shut down.
All right, you board member have anything?
I have one thing, oh, I'm sorry.
Well, go ahead.
I have just one thing on the agenda, was our athletic trainers, you know, they are gonna struggle financially because they were unable to perform the physicals this year. And that's how they fund their program, is through our student athletes physicals. And with that being said, what actions do we need to take, Danny and I, to help them alleviate those expenses? And is this something that we need to be brought to the athletic committee to see, look for funds, or is this something that we need to help figure out how we're gonna provide for them? Because that's our athletic tape, or, you know.
If the board wants to help subsidize that to an extent, as long as the governor has us under state of emergency, we can apply for FEMA funds, turn in every bit of that, and hopefully get it back. Now, there's a limit, but if you wanted to give both trainers $2,000-3,000, we could find it.
Well, can we figure out what they generate through their physicals, and,
I got,
you all just get with Dr. Flannery on that, and then
okay.
you don't need a board approval or anything on that, do you? Or just,
You know, when you spend $5,000 or $6,000, it sure is nice to have the board backing you up.
okay.
I hate for you to see a bill 2 or 3 months from now, somebody say, where'd that happen?
So you just want a motion to,
Maybe a recommendation to the full board that we, right now, not say not to exceed $5,000 for both sides of the county. Then if it's gonna take more, we'll come back.
Typically generates about $3,500.
so it'd be the same, then?
But let's not go overboard, because we just bought $15,000 worth of hand sanitizer that we would not have had to buy. And we're gonna have to buy wipes. I mean, costs are going up.
Yeah. Danny?
Yeah, I think, you know, and Craig and I have had this talk, and, you know, just tough talk. I just told him, I said, everybody else have to cut back, we're gonna have to as well, it's just how it is. And he understands that, but Josh and I said that we speak with you guys about this. If we could get, you know, 2 or 2,500, if it offset a little bit, we can make up the rest of what we need to on our end. But, you know, if we can get close to that, not to exceed 5, I think would be very appreciative.
Right, absolutely.
And that's, we'll split that down the middle, get done with it.
I'll make that motion.
I could give him a little bit.
You got a motion
5,000.
to give each side 2,500, for
The
training.
athletic trainers.
Just to offset, because we couldn't have the physicals, and that's mainly what they're.
Dr. Flannery, you'll just follow up on that with FEMA, you don't need that in the motion or
We've
anything?
already got an account with them.
Okay.
Tawana is, every time we get a bill for something, she just forwards it.
Okay. Do I have a second on Chad's motion?
Second.
Second, discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Those opposed? All right, motion carries. Anybody have anything else?
I got a way we can save $1 or $2.
Go ahead.
We've talked about this time or two, about the athletic passes. Well, right now, right before the school starts, I think we ought to quit doing athletic passes. We're gonna help kids out. We'll buy a ticket at the gate, do away with athletic passes, especially for what this baseball teams had to lose, you know, I mean, especially I mean, of course, this is kinda, may not happen, but if you can't let the 5,000 come in the football stadium, or 1,000, and there's 400 free tickets, well, you didn't do too good. You know, so I just soon stop the free tickets.
Jason, got a question?
Well, it wasn't really about that.
Oh,
I got a question, but whenever we get done.
was that, you're
I make
just,
a motion we do away with this athletic passes. They
Talking
got
about
a
the
question.
ones that are handed out free or the
Yeah.
ones selling?
The ones that we're handing out free.
Okay, I got you.
now, are you talking teachers, I mean, no passes, or are you talking certain passes?
Well, I mean, I don't know what the thing, I know a lot of teachers come and they may get in free, but they also help do things. Would it be wise to let those people go in?
I think you're talking about those little printed
Yeah.
passes. I think I gave out about 250 last year. If you cut that out, that's a chunk of money back in there.
So we let the teachers keep doing their passes? Would that be a recommendation? Because they can just get them in free, correct?
They don't need to pass it all. I think
Employee only, I think that's how.
We have our Big 7 pass, that's our
Huh.
conference pass, TWSA pass, and our faculty pass.
Right, but you don't have nothing to do with the TWSA pass, right?
They send
They
us.
send them.
Oh, okay.
The Big 7, they're on by conference.
I know it's a touchy subject, but today, whenever Tim and I were talking, and Josh and I talked about it too, if there's a limited number of people that can come to events, in order for us to make it, that's
Yeah.
about gonna have to be a must for us to be able to read. I mean, it costs $2,000 to put a football game
Absolutely.
before you do anything else.
I mean, I just think if we're trying to help the kids out with this, in my opinion, you know, especially this year.
I mean, if we're set to the amount of, say, 500 people, I'm counting 500 people coming through that gate paid. And I've actually looked at going into a debit, and Danny and I talked about using a debit card processor, trying to go cashless as best we can. But the thing is, it's just,
That's it.
yeah, it is. I've talked to the First Horizon up here, and we've got a plan. But, I mean, I'm looking at those turnbuckles and things, getting one of those, we gotta have, I mean, if we're allowed a certain amount and that's set, we gotta have everybody pay, or like Danny was saying, we can pay.
I mean, that's just my motion. I just think we've talked about it long enough, let's do something.
So restate your motion, is it all?
Do away with athletic passes that Dr. Planner hands out. The only ones
The
that,
only people that get them, I give everybody in this building one, and the rest of them go to school board meeting, that's it.
Well, let's, I mean, have you made a motion, or are you still
on
talking?
this side here.
Okay. I want to recognize your motion if you did. Say 100 teachers come through, you know, that just, and there's a 500 person limit, now they're limited to 400 being paid. You know, I mean,
Yeah, maybe we need to go a step further. I don't know. I mean, I
think if you're gonna do it, you do it. And everybody understands why. I mean, I think they do
I mean, even if
anyway.
you gotta make your motion through this pandemic, everybody pays until we get back on to a normal lifestyle.
well, that hurts you from where you have people that are helping do things. That's the only reason I wondered if the teachers helped.
The teachers that work events for us get compensated, so their
Okay.
time's turned in, they get
They
paid
get
for their
paid.
hours
Okay.
through Mr. Hale's office.
I just didn't want them to pay and then come in there and help and work, you know what I'm saying, so.
And like I said, our gates usually generate 10 to 20,000, we've been high as 28,000, so, I mean, it's gonna.
For us, we got South and then the 4A state champions, Elizabeth to come in September, August and September. If we lose those two games, our other three home games is Morristown East, not good, Cott County, not good, Cherokee, not good. I mean, we won't have a normal year, we wouldn't have a $10,000 gate on any of those three. So. if
Will
it's-
that hurt the participation like in volleyball where teachers may go just to cheer on the kids? I'm just asking, I don't know.
I think if their intent's to go cheer on the kids, they're gonna pay. I mean,
Okay.
personally, especially if we work during this time for the sake of the students, to be able to continue to play. And because of loss of revenue during this pandemic, we're having to suspend this temporarily. So the students, make it about the students, that they'll be able to continue to carry on. And play. I mean, that's the way I would do it. That would, certainly people would understand if it was worded that way, why it's being done.
What do you think, Brandon?
I agree. I mean, it is what it is. Football and basketball is going to be your large revenue. And if I want to come watch a ball game, I'm willing to pay the $5 to come watch it.
I mean,
It is what it is.
We have to pay a lot for officials in volleyball. The best thing to be a volleyball official if you want to be an official, but, I mean, our gates are $700-800 sometimes for volleyball.
But volleyball, it'll cost you $400 in officials alone.
Yeah.
Volleyball.
And we make great concessions. That's concessions how we fund our volleyball, their individual account.
And then that's another, on top of, you go to concessions, are we gonna be able to, is it gonna have to be, just be bagged? You know, we don't know at this point, is it?
Yeah, shelf-stable stuff, like
Yeah,
crackers
so-
and cookies, you can't know
Right,
hot
can't
food.
sell popcorn or things like that, I mean, so that's gonna take a huge hit there
Yeah.
as well, which,
No fountain drinks.
Well, then I'd like to make a motion, we suspend all free passes to all athletic events for the 2020 and 2021 season.
All right, I got a motion to do away with all athletic passes, free entries to ball games for the 2021 season, athletic season.
Sorry. And that would include employees not using their badges?
Yes,
Yep.
Okay.
all free entries.
All.
Okay.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I got a second discussion?
Mr. Ganger.
Yes.
I think that, and just to chime in a little bit, I think that our Big Seven, which is, it's not the same in football, it's not the same in basketball, of course, but you know, it is in excuse me, it's not the same in volleyball and football, but other sports it is. I think that that's coming with us as well. I talked with Keith a little
Yeah.
bit, so I think we're gonna do away with the old Big Seven pass if this stays in place like it is now, so I think the conference will follow suit as well.
Now, sometimes we generally do have like a pass list for opposing coaches. That, do away with that.
Well,
I mean,
think
in our,
we're
in our
doing-
agreement that we signed for football, 2-year agreement, we exchanged 50 passes. So I'm sure we can, that's a contract we.
Well, you're
agree.
giving,
So say Science Hill comes down, when
They're
they come
giving us
down,
one come across.
yeah, you're getting tickets though,
Yeah.
I mean, like they're,
they're comp tickets.
yeah.
That's not the same thing.
That's not the same thing, correct? I just want to make,
No, because they'll be showing a ticket and giving it, won't
Right.
they? So,
in the TSSAA pass, we're not going to accept, correct?
I mean, I'm
I
just trying
think
to
you
help
have
y'all
to
out.
accept the TSSAA pass, don't you?
No, not necessarily, no.
Happy Valley won't.
I
we
think
just,
for the sake of what we're doing, I mean, I think it's a good thing.
I think we just need signage out front, maybe, no passes allowed for every school, have,
I'm a little confused about what Josh just said, though.
sometimes, like, if Crockett's playing Science Hill or any other team, they got an agreement that they'll give them 50 tickets for their people, coaches' wives, stuff like that, to get in. And
We're gonna make our
they
pay.
do the same for our guys.
I just seem to do away with it.
Yeah, I'm doing with that too.
But I don't know, are you all
Well, we've
under a
already went
contract for
to a
that?
2-year agreement.
To do that.
Because like if we went, say we went to Morristown East this past year and they gave us those 50, now they're gonna want their 50 if they're coming down here.
I get that, but I'm just saying,
I think you gotta honor that if you
if you're
have to.
gonna take
if you-
away everybody's passes, so that means if the coach's wife comes to Crockett, she's gotta pay to get in, is that what we say? So if the coach's wife's gotta pay to get in, why would we want Science Hill's coach's wife to get in for free?
Because they're honoring the contract that they had with them like last year.
Can't we just pinpoint who that is that's left on the contract?
Yes.
Well,
I mean, I don't make it more confusing, but it ain't fair to our people.
Right, well,
I mean, we're gonna charge our own and give them free tickets, we don't do that.
we'll see, like Science Hill, I sent him 50 comp tickets to get in last year. He'll send me 50 comp tickets this year.
You just don't give him 50 for next year.
Well, we'll be done, our contract, it'll
Yeah.
be 2
Yeah.
years done, we'll look for a new, if we
Yeah.
wanna continue playing them, or like Knoxville.
It's only gonna be a few games maybe, ain't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Knox Webb, they sent 53, down,
Would it be-
and I'll send him 53,
Five
but
homes. It's 5 homes.
but I mean, so you had a contract, you're returning the favor with all 5 of those teams you're playing home this year? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, I think that's what they expect now, whether we do it or not,
I think,
and they may all be in agreement, just say, hey, we're done.
yeah, so you all use that as discretion then?
I
Because
just
they'll be in the
wouldn't take
same
it
boat as
further.
other schools.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take it in to start over. I'd just, if we're gonna charge our own, let's just let everybody pay their way wherever they go and be done with it, right?
Do you think TSSAA is only gonna let you have 500 people into the ballgame?
I don't know what, I think it'll be,
They won't, they don't have that
I think it'll be kind of left up to us.
All right, can I go now?
Well, as soon as we vote on this, any
Oh,
more
wait,
discussion on the motion? All right, all those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, motion carries. It's your turn.
Oh, good. Something we've been talking about just very little, vaguely. How many people, for example, at a Crockett Boone home game, either one, how many people are we housing? How many people are we sitting? Stadium wise?
Football game?
I mean, 2,000, 10,000, 5,000?
So, Jason, you're talking about city, you're talking about accommodating.
Yeah,
Accommodating.
what we holding, what we have is both, if we play each other, which is probably other than Science Hill or something like that, that's our biggest games.
This is.
Yeah,
Our stadium seating holds about 2,400 people.
that's what we got
Total
now.
22 to 2,400.
And
And-
boom, about the same.
Yeah, we're 24 and some change.
So I would say we're close to almost 5,000
Yeah,
for the musket ball.
yeah,
Or more.
yeah.
There's a lot of people standing around.
So if we're gonna leave this up to us, and we're going, how do you all feel? Do you feel like we
Yeah,
need
where
to
you wanted to go with that?
open it up, let whoever
That's
wants to
fine.
come? Or do you feel like we need to
You just got
not
cut
let
off
people
there.
come
Well, a
in?
little bit both.
I mean, I don't wanna do away with the prices if we're gonna open it up and let whoever come in. I'm not
I don't
gonna-
think you're gonna have a lot of people may not come, no matter if you leave a gate open.
No, I
Oh,
just wanna
you're
make sure
gonna,
you-
you're
I mean,
gonna have
I
people
think you will
come.
have some,
I
but I think you'll have some don't wanna come because they don't wanna be in the crowd. I mean, maybe,
We discussed.
I,
it ain't gonna affect me, but
well,
I know
it
what
might
you're saying,
affect
Keith, I understand.
older people, and but you're gonna, Daniel Boone's gonna have a crowd there. I don't care, it's gonna be a crowd. So, you take Sullivan South game, that'll be a packed house. Now, you're gonna open it up, if they tell you it's your own discrepancy, are you gonna say whoever wants to come, come? Or are we gonna put a number on there of how many people we're gonna let in there, or what? Cause it looks to me like it needs to come from this board if you're gonna do something like that. If you ain't, then let them, whoever.
Above my pay grade.
Well, I'm asking. That's, because I'm gonna ask you the same question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thursday night.
When mature, start making decisions.
the way this thing has changed so much from the get-go in our world,
Yeah.
I think it's, like they both just said, it's too premature to even make that. Do I think if school opens up, do I think we need to let it, I'm most certain.
Do either of you have home games, away games scheduled in Morristown, west or east?
Nope, we've got East at home, you go to East.
We got East.
Nope.
No, we go to East.
They go to
We
East.
go to East.
I'll bet you $5 you won't play that game. Because Hamilton County is skyline.
That's towards, it'll be, that's our last game.
That's the
We're
last
East.
game.
October.
My biggest concern is just being able to pay the bills, and if we are limited with the amount of people that can come in, if there's only 500 people to come in, I want to be able to get,
Well, I understand
at least
that.
$3,500 at a home game, $7 to get in.
I understand that. But if I'm gonna let everybody come in there, then I ain't gonna mess with the prices. That's my opinion. So,
Was that motion not made based on
Based on the,
the limited number of people in attendance or not?
That's-
I just left it for.
That's open. If they let us have full capacity, we still don't have no passes. If they limit it, no passes. It don't matter.
Well, you got too many people sneaking in the back door and just, You're not telling me, I mean, it is a little much,
I mean,
I mean.
we're hurting
everybody
anyway,
gets paid.
money-wise, so it's a smart thing to do.
Have either one of y'all been to Unicoi County?
The new stadium, just saw pictures, I've not been there in person.
It looks invited to come visit, can't tell me what.
I'd like to make that trip. If y'all wanna do it one day.
Sure.
Ron Emmett said come in, tell me.
Volunteer charity, you got folks getting over.
Did you get your answer?
Yep,
You need-
good.
Anybody have anything else?
But junior pioneers and all the, how are we doing about, are they still gonna be practicing at the school buildings, or are we still saying
Sorry.
no? Junior pioneers,
The buildings are closed to everybody except our student athletes and our coaches.
okay. That's what I was thinking, I just didn't know if we had updated that, or,
You know,
When do they start the junior pioneers football?
now our actual football team is, they've already started, and they'll
Yeah.
reconvene next week at Grandview.
So they'll practice just no contact,
Mhm.
and then what about the little kids?
They're not a,
They don't get to do nothing?
not right now.
So they're pretty much done then, if they can't, if that's closed till June 29th, or August 29th, they might as well forget it, hadn't they?
Like I said, we'll hear something, TSSAA, hopefully tomorrow, or the next day, on how we need to proceed.
How will they make it financially like that?
They gotta have football. That's what I'm saying. I've seen other associations look seriously at a spring season. And people were laughing at it, 3 months ago, but now I think they take it a little more seriously. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for, especially for the athletic train, well, it's good to prove for the athletic trainers, because they work.
All right.
Okay?
Yes.
Make sure I want to be clear about this before we leave out of here, okay? So, I'm going to use Jason, because he's got business. Jason Day Construction, okay? He's a banner sponsor. But he's not, but he should be. He's a banner sponsor at Bunny, okay? Now, he's paid, he gets 2 passes for being that, okay? He's paid for those. You with me? He has paid, he's compensated the school more than what a normal pass would be. Does he get to use that or not?
Well, you should get to use that if you pay for
Well,
it.
that's-
Well, I was gonna say, have you already done that stuff? That's already done?
Well, I mean, some of it, I don't know if it's done or not, I have to get the bookkeeping to see, but I'm sure the people that's been doing it for years and years and years, so. Because he's paid for that, so it's not like it's a free pass.
That's a
We're
good
just saying
point.
free passes.
Okay, I'm just make sure.
Right.
Because
I mean, that's what I
that's-
thought. Or is
So
that?
we're just trying to cut out basically Big Seven,
I'm
TSSAA,
with you.
teachers or badge
Everybody in the
employees, and director passes, and, yeah.
And I mean, it may come something if we are only allowed 500 people in the stadium, that we pre-sell those.
Yeah,
The week before, allowed 500, we pre-sell them, so we don't have to fight this.
yeah.
This number gets X number. and they
Well, when I
check the
was,
others.
like those passes we buy for football, for our seats, we're paying for those, so that's.
Yeah.
So it's not.
You
it's
didn't
not
free that night, but you
But I
paid
know
for
what,
it.
I know what you're saying, that's a good point, if somebody does purchase a banner, you usually compensate them with a couple tickets. I believe y'all have done that with the football booster some.
I believe that'd be more than fair though, wouldn't it?
I think
I
you're,
thought that's paying for the seat.
Yeah, I mean, they're
Yeah.
paying
Well,
more
you're paying for
than.
the banner and you're getting a comp.
But I mean, I'm just talking about people.
Free
don't-
passes.
They put their tennis shoes on and walk in there and sit down. For
It's gonna
nothing.
be really good with that wording though, right, when that's presented?
County passes are easy, we just don't print it.
The way you done away passes, they didn't get in football games either, but,
Big seven.
yeah. But I mean, John C. didn't accept him either, so.
So one last time, and I'm not trying to be difficult, but if it does go to normal and we allow
Well, this
whoever we
right here,
want,
motion
still no.
motions for the year,
For the year. That's for every sport,
motions for the year on athletics.
not just football, one's, okay.
Write it down.
I just wanna make sure we're clear, because my gatekeepers are gonna,
Oh, I'm sure this will be exciting.
All right, anybody else have anything?
Probably ain't passed yet.
Okay.
I'd like to throw out just something to think about, Josh and I talked about it a little bit. Internet sports radio, play-by-play. It's what, you know, what do y'all think about that? Just Crockett to have a,
Why would you not do it? I mean, it's safe, doesn't bring money in.
well, I mean, maybe if you sold advertisement, it could, but I'm just thinking more lines, the situation we're in right now. That would be a way to reach people that possibly don't want to come to the ball game because of, I don't know if we can get it pulled off. I don't know what all, from a technology standpoint, we would have to do that, but Josh and I talked about it, and I think it's something we would like to
Live
venture
stream the
into
games and.
to see if we could, you know, if you've got, and that's just another avenue to recognize kids.
Could be another, I mean, avenue for.
It could be, but
Pay-per-view.
The only thing about that is, I watched one of them games from home last year, and I loved it. So why would I pay to come out and watch a game?
not viewing.
Okay, just hearing.
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say, that's pretty nice sitting down and watching that game.
Yeah.
Mr. St. John.
It was warm.
He used to be doing that in
Warm,
Baltimore.
cozy,
Student
on
led.
fire.
He must have been in his heated pool.
Pull that thing up on the
That was
screen.
temporary, did it?
But it's not the,
Stop. I'd buy
Why
Danny,
is that
I'd buy
blind?
something, Danny, if it
I think that can be
gold
handled.
brown.
I think that can be handled administratively
Yeah, if you
and.
call it a fundraiser, all you need to do is get your principals and they sign off.
We're gonna be starting a fundraiser, it's called 20 for 20, just to kinda, like I said, alleviate some of those funds that we're losing through our, cross-country. So basically, it's gonna be, each individual student athlete's gonna ask family or whomever for $20, as long as it's approved for, you know, ask 20 people for $20, $400, it goes into their individual account. That'll help offset some of the cost. I know a lot of organizations around the state and the area have looked into this. So just basically sponsor your student athlete, $20, ask your family member. And really don't get nothing out of it, the person giving it's just helping out in need. Because like I said, we're losing out on our 5K, which generates a ton of money.
But the money goes back in the program.
So the money, so if volleyball raises $5,000, volleyball gets $5,000.
So it's fundraising.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Anything else, Danny?
Yeah, actually, I've got something I'd like to share with you. Roger Jackson, Mr. Jackson, of course, was AD at Crockett for a long time, came over as principal, but his wife donated his stimulus check back to Bud, give out as a scholarship for him. What I'd like to do is, it's been deposited at school, and since we had such a tough time this spring, being able to do any of that, I'd like to take half of that and give it to Josh and give it to a kid at Crockett. We'll give a kid at Crockett, we can kid at Boone, we'll recognize him as a basketball, if that's okay.
If that's okay with his wife, then I'd say.
She
it's-
said, Becky said, do whatever we wanted to do, and I think that's what Roger would want, to be honest with you.
Bringing two schools together.
Yeah, I think Roger would want that, I mean, it's.
I think it'd be very nice.
Y'all wanna do that?
You want to match it?
Huh?
You want to match
I
it?
don't get bring your
I think-
skills together.
I think Jason's gonna match that, is that what you said?
We'll take his banner sponsor money.
I was saying I was gonna
Two
put,
tickets.
I was gonna say I would sponsor a sign at Boone if Danny would put up a golden brown sign.
No.
Huh?
Don't want your money.
That's the only way.
Hey, you ran close, okay? I'm getting rid of the brown, trading it for red, so I don't wanna hear.
Fencer. Wow, fencer.
You get that in the notes though, what he said.
Ted, I appreciate you.
It was, Roger Jackson's stimulus check, yeah. All right, anybody have anything else? All right, meeting adjourned. Let's go mow.